Buddhism. Buddhism is a faith that was founded by Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, more than 2500 years ago in India. With about 470 million followers, scholars consider Buddhism one of the major world religions. In practice, it has historically been most prominent in East and Southeast Asia, but its influence is growing in the West. Many Buddhist ideas and philosophies overlap with those of other faiths. Buddhism Beliefs. Some key Buddhism beliefs include: followers of Buddhism do not acknowledge a supreme god or deity, they instead focus on achieving enlightenment, a state of inner peace and wisdom. When followers reach this spiritual echelon, they are said to have experienced nirvana. The religion's founder, Buddha, is considered an extraordinary man but not a god. The word Buddha means enlightened. The path to enlightenment is attained by utilizing morality, meditation, wisdom. Buddhists often meditate because they believe it helps awaken truth. There are many philosophies and interpretations within Buddhism, making it a tolerant and evolving religion. Some scholars do not recognize Buddhism as an organized religion, but rather a way of life or a spiritual tradition. Buddhism encourages its people to avoid self-indulgence but also self-denial. Buddha's most important teachings, the known as Four Noble Truths, are essential to understand the religion. Buddhist embraces the concept of karma, law of cause and effect, and reincarnation, the continuous cycle of rebirth. Followers of Buddhism can worship in temples or in their own homes. Buddhist monks, the bhikkhus, follow a strict code of conduct which include celibacy. There is no single Buddhist symbol, but a number of images have evolved that represent Buddhist beliefs, such as lotus flower, eight-spoked dharma wheel, bodhi tree, and swastika, in ancient symbol whose meaning well-being or good fortune in Sanskrit. Founder of Buddhism. Siddhartha Gautama, the founder of Buddhism, who later became known as the Buddha, lived during 5th century BC. Gautama was born to a wealthy family as a prince in present-day Nepal. Although he had an easy life, Gautama was moved by suffering in the world. He decided to give up his lavish lifestyle and endure poverty. When this didn't fulfill him, he promoted the idea of middle way, which means existing between two extremes. Thus he sought a life without social indulgence but also without deprivation. After 6 years of searching, Buddhist beliefs, Gautama found enlightenment while meditating under a bodhi tree. He spent the rest of his life teaching others how to achieve this spiritual state. Buddhism History. When Gautama passed away around 483 BC, his followers began to organize a religious movement. Buddha's teaching became the foundation for what would develop into Buddhism. In 3rd century BC, Ashoka the Great, the Mauryan Indian emperor, made Buddhism the state religion of India. Buddhist monasteries were built and missionary work has encouraged. Over the next few centuries, Buddhism began to spread beyond India. The thoughts and philosophies of Buddhists became diverse, with some followers interpreting the ideas differently from others. In 6th century, Huns invaded India and destroyed hundreds of Buddhist monasteries, but intruders were eventually driven out of the country. Islam began to spread quickly in the region between Middle Ages, forcing Buddhism into the background. Types of Buddhism. Today, many forms of Buddhism exist around the world. 3 main types of Buddhism that represent specific geographical areas include: Theravada Buddhism, prevalent in Thailand, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Laos, and Burma; Mahayana Buddhism, prevalent in China, Japan, Taiwan, Korea, Singapore, and Vietnam; Tibetan Buddhism, prevalent in Tibet, Nepal, Mongolia, Bhutan, and parts of Russia and northern India. Each of these types reverses certain texts and has slightly different interpretations of Buddha's teachings. There are also several subsects of Buddhism, including Zen Buddhism and Nirvana Buddhism. Some of forms of Buddhism incorporate ideas from other religion philosophies such as Taoism and Bon. Dharma. Buddha's teachings are known as Dharma. He thought the wisdom, kindness, patience, generosity, and compassion were most important virtues. Specifically, all Buddhists live 5 moral precepts which prohibit killing living things, taking what is not given, sexual misconduct, lying, using drugs or alcohol. Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths which Buddha taught are the truth of suffering, dukkha, the truth of cause of suffering, samudaya, the truth of end of suffering, nirodha, the truth of the path that frees us from suffering, magga. Collectively, these principles explain why humans hurt and how to overcome suffering. Eightfold Path. Buddha taught his followers that the end of suffering, as described in Four Noble Truths, could be achieved by following an eightfold path. In no particular order, Eightfold Path of Buddhism teaches the following ideals for ethical conduct, mental discipline, and achieving wisdom: right understanding, samadhiti; right thought, samasankappa; right speech, samavaka; right action, samakamanta; right livelihood, sama ajaiva; right effort, samavayama; right mindfulness, samasati; right concentration, samasamadhi. Buddhist Holy Book. Buddhists revere many sacred texts and scriptures. Some of the most important are Tipitaka. The text known as Three Baskets are thought to be the earliest collection of Buddhist writings. Sutras. There are more than 2000 sutras which are sacred teachings and embraced mainly in Mahayana Buddhist. The Book of Death. This Tibetan text describes the stages of death in detail. Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama is the leading monk in Tibetan Buddhism. Followers of the religion believe the Dalai Lama is a reincarnation of a past Lama that has agreed to be born again to help humanity. There have been 14 Dalai Lama throughout history. The Dalai Lama also governed Tibet until the Chinese took control in 1959. Current Dalai Lama, Lahoma Thondap, was born in 1935. Buddhist Holidays. Every year, Buddhists celebrate Vesak, a festival that commemorates Buddha's birth, enlightenment, and death. During each quarter of the moon, followers of Buddhists participate in ceremony called as Uposatha. This observance allows Buddhists to renew their commitment to other teachings. They also celebrate Buddhist New Year and participate in several other yearly festivals. Thank you.